When you're getting into that presentation, it's kind of take me through your thought process of how you're going to get there. Not just, here's the product, here's the market size, here's how much I'm raising. And that's kind of the textbook outline of the decks people bring. Here's my problem space, here's my product, here's my team, and here's how much I'm raising. Take me a little bit more through kind of how you're going to get there. What are the things you have to do? How far are you right now? One of the first questions I'll ask a company is, so how far are you down this path?
The one observation I make is that there's a set of entrepreneurs that actually work, that will work through the night, that will work weekends, that will take on a second job, that believe in what they're doing and are very focused.
And be honest about all those facts. But it is about that presentation is, and everyone tells you to be brief, and that's true, but it's actually brief and comprehensive, and it's a really hard balancing act.
All you're going to have time for in the presentation is a real quick description of, here are people, some highlights of the background. Believe me, we're going to dig into all of that in great detail if we're interested. The presentation is all about making a compelling story that's going to get us to the next discussion.
How long do they get?
They generally get 12 minutes. 12 minutes to present, and then another 12 to 15 for Q&A. And I always tell our entrepreneurs, you're in front of 100 people, anything can happen.
And then there's the other set that come to you and want money to build out their idea, and they're kind of, you're going to ask, a question, what might be a red flag, or you see them, Uber pulls up, right? So here's somebody that's asked you for money to build out their idea, and an Uber cab pulls up, and you just wonder, okay, so I'm paying for their town car.
Anything can happen. You may have somebody in there who is a customer who didn't like your product. You may have somebody in there who, knows a competitor, or their brother knows somebody who knows. You just never know what's going to happen. On the other hand, you may have somebody in there who is going to be a customer of yours, who has had a fabulous experience, who said, I've been to this, I've used this is the best thing since sliced bread. So you just never really know what's going to happen, and you have to be prepared for that.
And somebody else has got a second job trying to create his company. Those are the guys that I like. Those are the guys that I feel that, compadres, or whatever you want to call them. And those are the guys I relate to. And the other guys, to me, I wish them well, but I don't want them in my circle.
So, do I understand it? Is it cool idea? Is it an area I understand? Is it an area that I think this is really going to make a difference? Do I see competitive differentiation? And do I like the team? Do I think that these are people that I can trust? And I use the word team. I like to see a team. A single standalone founder of a company is a little more concerning than a team of 2 or 3 people.
A friend of mine, a woman, Arlene Bronstein, wrote a book, and the title of the book is Your Word is Your Bond. And this is where, for me personally, this is the key issue. Are you going to lie to me? Or are you going to tell the truth?
Because no one person can figure and navigate all these things out. You want a tight-knit group that's got some rapport, they're going to work off of each other. You typically like to see them with some different type of skills, not just 2 best friends that are exactly alike. And that way that they give someone to work with and work through this, and you get to know them now.
If somebody's talking about what kind of code it's written in, it's in Python or it's in HTML, whatever. I wasn't trained in that, so I can't open up those books and see exactly what those, are those lines of code real, what is it? So I have to rely on what they're saying.
Answering questions when you're on the firing line, requires special skill, and and the ability to stay calm under fire is important.
So 12 minutes to land your future.
Yeah. It's got to be very tight. You've got to make the case as quickly as possible.
I think if we could, if we could narrow that one down, then we'd have a lot more, I think just be a lot more business going on, a lot more successful businesses being created.